I did an appointment with Matilda, who this person works for Vantage or Experior out of Canada. And it was started by people who quit our business or got fired or something like that.
Yeah.
And I sat through their product overview. Why? Why did I do that?
Got to get the intel, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to know your competition. So, and I took some pictures of their slides. Now, this was one of the opening slides.
Your opposition.
Opposition. This is their opening slide, which, okay, so do you have a financial, and he did it one at a time. That puts you ahead of the financial game. Are you on track to hit your financial goals? Are your financial portfolios well diversified? Are you using tax retirement savings account or IRS approved tax-free account? Do you have a smart college plan to help your kids? Do you own a home? Is it protected? You have income. Did you know that you can get up to 1.5 million of free money if you run into a chronic or critical or terminal illness? If you stop breathing today, how will you leave? What will you leave your loved ones? An asset or a liability, a check or a debt? Do you have an asset protection strategy or financial portfolio that can protect your assets from lawsuits, creditors, predators, and probate law? So what were they doing here?
Disturbing people.
Disturbing.
Correct. And is that a good or bad idea?
That's a
Good
great
idea.
That's a good idea.
It's a really good idea. And he really did a good job on this page, and he spent much time on this.
Now it's ours.
Pardon?
I said, now it's ours.
Um, yeah, I've always, getting background, felt that qualifying, asking questions, getting to know where people are, finding out what they want, what are they doing. The more information you have going in, the better. So I'm looking for things I can use, and I'm looking for things that they're weak. Okay, so then he went, I don't know why this came into, then he did this slide we're all familiar with. And I really thought he did a good job of pointing out it's either people working to make money or money making money versus you trading your time for money in these two areas. And he spent time on this word leverage on the side here. So either you can get paid for your time with a salary or by the hour or for performing a task, or you can leverage people or leverage money to earn your income. And when you leverage people and money, what does that give you?
Freedom of time.
It gives you your time back. So our business is for people who want what?
Their time back.
Freedom.
Time control.
Right. It's not necessarily a lot of money. Man, if people could just make the money they're making or a little bit more money, but man, if they could just have more free time or more control of their time or more time overall to do the things that they want to do, how many people would want that?
Everybody.
Most.
Right. So I like the way that this picture of people making money and an owner making money off of the people making money and and an investor having their money make their money versus you trading your time for your entire life to make the money. I think that was a good distinction. Don't you? And I think we've all seen this slide a million times. Okay, then he went into this slide. Gordon, you want to read that real quick?
Successful people live a life of abundance, understand the power of leverage, invest in assets, save before spending, sees every dollar as an opportunity to make more, have smart financial plans, have smart tax strategies, believe in life insurance, own businesses, own properties, embrace new ideas, do college planning for their kids, are goal oriented, and have smart retirement plans. Smart. I guess all those smart
Yeah, do
plans.
the unsuccessful.
Smart means cash value life insurance, I guess.
Yes.
Unsuccessful people live a life of scarcity, do not understand the power of leverage, invest in liabilities, spent before they save, don't save at all, sees every dollar as an opportunity spent, do not care about financial planning, no tax strategy at all, pay too much in taxes, do not believe in life insurance, have jobs, work for a salary, do not own properties, they prefer to rent, they question every idea that is meant to rescue them, do not have college plans for their kids, are not goal oriented, and do not have smart retirement plans.
I like
What does-
this idea.
What does smart mean though?
What's that?
It has the warnings with the red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he went there, and that's also getting people to do what?
Think about.
Think.
Well, I think in the connotation of smart is cash value life insurance is what they're tying that word to.
Right. Okay, then he went into this slide. Now, there was a slide with nothing on the bottom first.
Good Lord.
But this is where he starts destroying 401ks, 403bs, traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, SEP, simples, everything.
They're all just terrible strategies.
They're all just terrible because of taxes.
Wow.
And cash value, universal life is great because it's tax-free income, never tax. Now, it's not tax deductible, but you get the tax-free advantage. He doesn't get it. They did not get into the details of tax-free or the risk of tax-free, but what they're doing here primarily taxable: bank savings, CDs, money markets, trading, stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, bonds, sales, and others, whatever that is. A lot of this you can tell is just rinky-dink. This did not go through any compliance department.
Wow, that's terrible.
Is it tax free? It's tax deferred, but once you take it out and if it had a gain, that has to be taxed.
If the let me ask. It's a whole thing, because without the comparison, Tony,
Yeah.
what can't you do?
Nothing.
No, what can't you do?
Without the
Break it down.
comparison,
Without the comparison
You can't
of
do anything.
an actual policy and our buy term and invested difference in a good mutual fund in an IRA side by side.
no, you cannot do anything because
See, without the math,
yeah,
see, what would you rather have? 500,000 tax free, $500,000 that you can draw off tax free, or $3 million that you're going to get taxed on?
$3 million every day.
I think I'll take the 3 million.
Yep.
There's no mention of better investment, more accumulation.
People do some crazy stuff to avoid that.
I'm telling you. So pay as little tax today, pay the little tax today, pay the premium, not deductible, at a much lower tax bracket, and then get a big harvest later.
This is the cornball who's presenting this up in the right corner right there?
Yeah. 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 Okay. All right. So then they got into this. Let me see. Then they got into this slide. Okay.
Did you get the impression he really believes what he's saying?
Yes, absolutely.
And he's an ex-Primerican?
No, I don't know what this guy did. The people who started the company got fired or started their own thing, and this is one of their RVPs meeting.
Mm.
So you see here, 401k, 403b, 5 to thrift savings, SEP, simple IRAs have growth potential and tax deferred, but you don't get any protection, Denise, against losses. No tax-free distribution. You got contribution limits, distribution.
They gave them 2 out of 14.
But yeah, we got 2 out of 14 right there. It's not permanent life insurance. There's no compounding interest, Denise, in your IRA.
Oh, of course not.
He told them that?
Right? There's no compounding interest in a 401k or IRA.
Wow,
Oh my God.
that's interesting.
Isn't that fascinating?
That's a lie.
That's
He actually
news.
told them.
And there's no protection against losses.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Catastrophic, man.
What do you think about that, Gordon?
I hate 401ks, man.
No, honestly, what do you think about that?
I guess the point is that it could go up and down, right? That's the point he's trying to make.
That's what they sell on to fear.
That's what they're selling, fear,
Yes.
Hector.
Yes,
They're
yes.
talking you out of the market here.
Of course.
They want you out of the market and in cash value life insurance, which is in the market in their preferred market. With all the protection. It's golden. It's such
If you are systematically investing, you want the market to go down because of dollar cost averaging.
Yep.
Right.
If you're young, for sure.
Buy low, sell high.
Right. If you're young and they're selling 500, the Indy says, okay, if you should be putting $500 to $1,000 a month in universal life. That was basically the close.
Terrible.
Make it sound so good. You got to get 500 to 1,000 a month going into this, and you are golden.
Well, then it made sense to me when you said that, because let's say I give you 1,000 a month, Christian.
Yep.
Well, then you as the agent can properly structure it. And it doesn't matter how much life insurance, because that's not what I'm buying.
Correct.
I'm buying a properly structured retirement Swiss
But
Army.
Gordon, no, because it is also here at the bottom, number 13, income replacement, sir.
Yeah, but it's
So how are you going to properly structure, meaning strip all the life insurance out of it if you actually your family needs income replacement?
But
they're not going to talk about income replacement. They're
no, they're not.
That's going to be like,
but they're putting it on the slide and they're mentioning it.
Yeah, it's
but
like,
they're going to,
and it also does this, right? It's like that.
Because they're going to say term
Yes.
insurance runs out. This is permanent.
So they're saying that the Roth gives you compound interest, but the 401k don't.
No, they're saying in a IRA, there's no compound interest in it. You see this X?
Yeah, but if you look over under Roth,
They say in Roth there is. That just doesn't even make
Oh,
sense.
okay.
That
Yeah.
doesn't even make
So then your IRA doesn't, but your Roth does.
Roth does.
Does that make any sense at all?
No, that's what I said. Makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
The brokerage account doesn't either.
The whole thing didn't make any sense if you know anything about money.
Right.
Yeah.
But most people don't.
No, and most people don't. So it sounds wonderful.
What is high par rates and bonuses?
When you put money in the annuity, sometimes you get a bonus, right?
Participation rates.
Participation rates.
That's what participation rates. That's
If you're participating in the upside, how much you are.
When you
Not
put a
for-
lot of money in some life insurance product, they bonus the
upfront.
money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it's not your money yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. And then they got into this con right here that John Rockefeller, everybody heard of John Rockefeller. Are there any are there any poor Rockefellers? No, there's no Paul.
No.
There's no poor Rock. Why? Because he leveraged his policies during the depression or something.
I heard that.
Okay. And if you know
Man,
anything,
we've heard this stuff, man, but does anyone actually even have any documentation on this stuff, man?
Jay, there's nothing. If you study John Rockefeller, this guy started Standard Oil.
I
Had
thought it
nothing
said
to
it's
do
not
with
true
oil.
even.
Nothing to do with
Not true.
business.
So
and
he
oil.
didn't utilize the damn cash value policies for him to become wealthy, man.
I'm not saying he
Come on,
didn't have
man.
life insurance. He did not get wealthy on life insurance.
He definitely didn't have IUL.
Definitely didn't have IUL either.
Didn't exist. So
The whole
These
thing
guys
is
who started like the
preposterous.
banking system, right?
The whole thing is preposterous. Walt Disney didn't get wealthy on his life insurance either. Okay.
That's ridiculous.
But you will think Walt Disney and John D. Rockefeller got wealthy by life insurance policies. And J.C. Penney, of course. To prevent the distribution, he took money out of his whole life policy to save his J.C. Penney retail empire.
Wow.
So do you believe that?
No, not even.
Hell no. That sounds like
no
some
way.
straight garbage to me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's just absolute lies right here. This is bold-faced lies. This is like trying to sell something to people who are completely clueless and ignorant.
They use this one. They use this one so often.
Right.
They use it.
Oh my goodness.
And then they went into that John McCain leveraged his life insurance policies to fund his presidential campaign.
He
Can you
borrowed
believe-
his cash value to
Yes. Yes. To
He
pay
borrowed
millions
Where the politicians at, man?
to run for president. To run for president, he took out the money of his whole life policy.
right.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then Ray Kroc leveraged his policies to pay his employees and fund the McDonald's Hallmark project during the 2008 economic depression. Does anybody know? I told Gordon
Ray Kroc
yesterday. I
wasn't even
believe.
around. In
Does anybody know when Ray
died?
Kroc? Does anybody know when Ray Kroc died?
Yeah, I do. I
Yes,
can't remember
I
the
read
date,
his
but
book.
I've read the book. It was way before 2008.
1984. Ray Kroc died.
He's like Elvis. He lives near Elvis. He's still alive.
And this isn't even Ray Kroc here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
that's the guy from the movie.
Michael
Yeah.
Keaton.
Yeah, Michael
Michael
Keaton in the
Keaton.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, Ray Kroc. I mean, same difference.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's what
sorry.
they mean
And
there,
then
right?
of
In the
course,
movies.
and then of course,
You
Jeff
actually read
Bezos
the-
and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Mark Zuckerberg and Larry Ellison and all these guys have used life insurance to minimize their taxes.
You could be next right there in that question
That's
mark.
right. This is so ridiculous.
This is
I
worse than
can't-
the last page.
This is so deceptive.
Wow.
It's really
Black and white.
unbelievable.
It's crazy. They're really
Christian,
finessing people with that shit, man.
That's right.
Christian,
Telling people lies.
that's why reading is so important. You know, if you read the
It's
Ray Kroc
important.
story, if you read the Bill Gates book, the Road Ahead, if you the snow what is it, Warren Buffett's book, what's it called, a Snowball something. If you read these books, you know that, for example, Ray Kroc didn't leverage McDonald's. He actually learned the system, but what got him over the top was leveraging real estate and buying the land and leasing it back to the owners. I mean, these guys are idiots. Whoever buys this product is not educated. That's why I always tell people, you've got to read, you got to study.
For real. If they look right at that 2008 Ray Kroc, that in itself should tell them,
It is supposed to be sold to the
this is a
ignorant
lie.
people.
But I mean, like, I don't understand how these people aren't legally liable for all the lies. I mean, this is just like they should be sued right and left for
They're not regulated.
misrepresenting.
State regulated.
Give them
It has to be
time.
None of
Give
the
them time.
Legal state.
They're all just like life insurance people then.
Yes.
As bad as I can make it sound, if you heard it, it was way worse.
But if you weren't,
I mean, he doubles down on these lies. Like
If you
he's
weren't
saying something
educated-
that's a complete lie, but he's promoting it as if it's gospel.
Nobody asked any questions.
Gordon has a question.
People don't know a question to ask at the end of that.
They don't know.
They already know. Someone asks a question like that, then they know it's going to be someone who's with another company or someone who has
No, I
license.
would have asked, was Ray Kroc alive in 2008? What you talking about?
How many people were on the meeting?
That would have been the first. I would have asked that question.
That
but
was
no
the other
question.
hilarious thing. Gordon,
Yeah, life insurance policies are not allowed to be sold as investments, and yet this whole presentation was selling the life insurance policy as an investment.
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
And Beth is flabbergasted because I think once the dime drops, you realize some of these guys had their licenses. They forfeited their FINRA licenses, Series 6, Series 7, Series whatever, so they could turn around and sell this garbage
Yeah.
and be unregulated. They're no
That's
longer,
right.
if you're selling life insurance, you can get away with about whatever the heck you want.
And they are actively recruiting our people now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone
they
just
are.
told Kyla. Someone just told Kyla the other day on the live. She was like, Kyla, you have your Series 6 license. You can't guarantee anyone anything. She said, I can guarantee people everything. It's just like the stuff that they say, it's not regulated, you know? Man,
And it's so
crazy.
ignorant.
Was that
Yeah, it is.
was that up night here in the States or Canada?
It's here.
Oh my gosh.
This is in Rockville. This is in PG County. This is Montgomery County. This is here. And the week will get picked off. And the way they do it is by saying our term insurance is way cheaper.
Yep. That's exactly what she did.
And all they use the term
They don't have
insurance.
living benefits. They don't have
just
living
use
benefits.
Their term insurance as a loss leader. Jay, can you read what is a loss leader pricing strategy?
A loss leader pricing strategy is a marketing and sales tactic used to extract customers
No, not
to
extract.
Used to attract customers to a new brand or product or to an online or walk-in store. Businesses take on a loss so they can make a profit later on.
It's like the chicken at Costco.
Do is say they have term insurance and it's real cheap and it's wonderful, but they do not sell it
market unless you ask for it,
unless you demand it,
or if you already have term.
because their entire overview. Now, remember, I told you a week ago that on Sunday this was all product, and then Wednesday night they do the opportunity meeting. This was why their product is better Sunday night. It was all client focused.
Wow.
Wednesday is all recruiting focused on why their business is better.
Are you going to that too?
So there was I hadn't thought about that. I got to go. I'm going to do Marcel's training. We'll talk about this. I'll see tonight. We have the overview. Anybody coming? Who's doing it?
Yeah,
with
I've got a
me?
couple of guests.
I got somebody.
Gordon, you and me and somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
doing the
All right, figure that out. I'll talk to you a little later.
Okay.
Thanks, Kat.
Great training. You got it, guys.
Gordon. We have the slides for it. What it is? Did we?
I don't
Man,
know.
we got to be going over this stuff all the time, man.
Yeah.
You talking about the slides from what we just shared?
Putting armor on our team, man.
I'm saying for the presentation tonight, do we have this set? Do we have them together?
I haven't talked to anybody about it that I know of.
That's what I thought. So that's why I'm doing a piece of it, but I know which piece I'm doing, but I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Tony,
Maybe
we can talk about that
after this is
afterwards.
over.
Yeah,
Tony,
that's
do you have your IUL that you replaced recently?
I missed the planning piece on that, so I don't know who's up tonight.
I thought
Christian.
we said Christian. My brother was going to share.
Yeah, Christian Lazo,
Like before and after.
Alice was going to do the business part, and Denise has like debt and right, Denise.
That's right.
That-
Okay.
mean,
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know.
So we're gonna
Do you
do Christian
have that
like over.
IUL that you replaced last week?
We have something already scheduled, right? So let's stick with the schedule.
Yeah, Tony, do you have that IUL from last week?
All right, what do we got up for today?
I don't know if Tony can hear me or not. I'm opening
Don't know if Tony's paying attention. Tony.
Tuesday.
Yes, I do. Yes.
On the first page of it, does it say this is not an investment? Today is prospecting ideas, Hector and Allison and Denise, friendship farming. We still got 20
We
minutes.
wasn't doing that. Y'all
Yeah,
said we was
it does
moving
say
it to
that.
I
tomorrow.
thought Christian was going to do the whole thing. That's
He
what
said
he
he was gonna
said.
do the whole thing
But
today.
we
We
can,
were moving that to tomorrow.
It
Yeah.
says
End early and then do the rest tomorrow.
We can share some prospecting
We can
ideas.
still figure it out, but
Yeah.
yeah. It was just
Y'all
being
think
winging
people
it.
on talking about IULs.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because I know the IUL that I have on the very first page, it says this is not security and it's not invested into the market. And I want
Yeah,
to
it
know
says this policy does not directly participate in stock, bonds, or equity investments.
wow. Does anybody else have an IUL that they could look at? Does the first page say that?
What I'm going to tell you, Matt, is because it's a contract, they know that. They're never going to say that it is an investment. They're
Yeah,
all
well, that's why you can't sue them.
Well, that's what the contract says, but
Right.
the agents,
Exactly.
obviously we see the agents, they're deceptive with it. They'll say that.
Right. Well, that's the crazy thing. But if you buy something, you don't even read the first page.
I mean,
No.
don't read it all the
You
time.
know, most people don't read
Most people
nothing.
don't. They don't read ours either.
They don't need, yeah.
I had an interesting thing come in the mail yesterday. Check this out. We talk about our guys are fully licensed. If you have never heard of this, is Fidelity's advisor semiconductor fund, FELAX.
I love it.
So the semiconductor fund means it's focused on technology,
Semiconductors.
AI, right? So
Mhm.
that's the AI world, semiconductors. So, those guys are talking all that crap, whatever. But if you look at with maximum sales charge taken out the last 10 years, the AI fund has earned 27.82%. The
Jeez.
5-year return is 32%. And then the 1 year is almost 23%. Excuse me. Did I get that right? Oh, the top line. Top line, 2707. That's
27.
with the fee taken out. 30% for 5 years, 15.64. Because in the last year, if you take out 5.75, there's an expense. But that over a long period of time, if you notice, it's barely marginal. Usually it's less than 1%. So I don't know about you, but I'd rather have my money in real investments than I
Yeah.
do have my money in real
I
investments.
didn't get one of those.
And this is I got money going into my SEP IRA. And this is where I've got some of my money going, is because I like AI. I think technology is
Yeah,
the
I
place
use
to
that.
be for growth. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I
thought.
use that a lot.
So what these IULs are basically is it's an investment and you just put as much money as you can to make it not a mech. Is that right?
No, it's not an investment.
It's a fixed index annuity.
Their strategy.
Let's just call it what it is, guys. And we've done this for years. It's an annual renewable term with a lot of expenses tied into it that they don't ever explain. So it's an ART at its core. That's all it is. They'll never tell you that. I had a guy on a phone call about a month ago with one of my clients, and he was lying through his teeth because I asked the client, I said, "Hey, can you look for your term insurance page in there? Because it's always in the disclosure and it goes up every year." So it's an
Every year.
ART. And what they always say is, "Did your premium go up?" No. Well, he's lying. I'm like, that's not the case, dude. You're just not telling them where all the money's going. It goes in and it goes to different pots, but
Right, different
probably
buckets.
20% of that money goes to fees.
Mhm.
So that's the crazy thing. And then they'd say, "Well, don't put money in mutual fund because it's got fees." Oh my God. Y'all are crazy. So what's our focus for training right now?
Prospecting.
Prospecting. Who's got us?
Me, Allison, and Denise, right?
We got 15 minutes. I guess let's stay together. And are we staying together since we only got 15 minutes?
I think so.
Yeah.
Give us your best.
I think so. Yeah. Well, I'll give you an idea. So I have participated in and Denise talks about this all the time, and Shonda talks about this all the time. But I've participated in I guess vendor. There was one that happened recently. It was like a health fair, and so you do invest some money up front. Um, you set up a table and stuff, and I think a good thing to do there is like you can raffle off a prize, and that attracts people. And we picked up about 97 names on the weekend.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
So
Did
that's a
you do
lot.
like a survey or something, or what'd you do?
What's that?
Like during your vendor event, did you do like a wheel or a survey, or how did you attract
I just had
people?
a big sign that said raffling off an not an iPad, it was a tablet. And so,
Oh,
and I had a bunch of candy, right? And the
mhm.
kids are attracted to the candy, like,
Sure.
bees to honey. So the kids would come up, and then the combination of the candy and the raffle prize, that's what attracts people. That gets the conversation going.
Mhm.
And then one of the things that I told him is, it was like Hispanic Heritage Month this month. So the idea is, for Hispanic Heritage Month, what we're doing is we're giving like 30-minute sessions. Anything you want to learn about finances, we can have a session about investments or budgeting or this or that. So I set up 5 for today. So we'll see how that goes. But it's a good way for you to get out there and meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
So to
Uh,
enter the
Since
raffle, they just gave their name and number, contact info, and then they're in the raffle.
I have a
Yeah.
survey that I was going to show, so I can pull it up
yeah,
since
yeah,
we're
go ahead.
talking about that.
What was your
Since we're
question, Bob?
talking about that, I didn't think we was. Somebody want to give me permission to share?
Like as far as the raffle to get the contacts, were you using the raffle to get their name and
You
number?
already can, Denise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was, yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that's what we do too. It's
And
a
then on
raffle.
the sign up sheet, it has like a space for like things that they might be interested in notes.
Hmm.
So what I do is, like, if I have a conversation with someone and things I remember about them, I'll jot them down, like where they're from or what they do or how many kids they have, etc. When I call back, I can reference to that to make it a little bit warmer. So I've done those in the past. They're very effective. And then, but I'm
Yeah,
always,
these are 2 survey sheets. This first one is for what Hector's talking about, the vendors, when you're doing a vending um um program. And when people come up, we usually use a wheel a lot of times and have them spin the wheel. The kids love spinning the wheels, so they always running over because they see the wheels. And so they always running over, bringing their family over. Like, let me see. I didn't put the wheel on here. Oh yeah, there's the wheel. See that wheel right there? That's just a table setup. A few little uh brochures, not a lot. That's a whole lot, but not a lot, just a little. But then that wheel has different things on them that they can win. So you might have the How Money Works book, different things like that. Doesn't have to be anything that costs you, but it could be also a couple of $5 gift certificates to Starbucks or something like that. But back to this. This is the survey. So this survey is for when you want to know what they're interested in, what things, that they would like to learn more about. And usually to spin the wheel, they have to do a survey. And they'll do the survey because they just want to spin the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So they do the survey.
Call that the wheel of will.
And then, of course, the other one is the screening application. So you saw me in that picture at a school, so at a college. So if anybody haven't done, sign up on Handshake.
Mm-hmm.
You sign up on Handshake, you'll get all the information from the different colleges. You pick the colleges you want. You can have colleges out of state, any state.
You're not marketing
Georgia.
any company there.
Huh?
You're not marketing any company.
No, I market myself
Okay.
when I put this
Yeah,
information out there.
Go back to the next screen.
The one that
Which
shows,
one?
The one you just showed, that one?
yeah, that one.
Yes.
You like those stands?
I love those. I was going to ask you, where did you get those created from, Denise? Those are amazing.
Gas signs, right?
Well, this
Yeah.
one over here where I did the thing, I got a couple of them, but
Yeah.
that one it's just a slide that somebody created. I think we got it printed at Office Depot.
Okay.
So Office Depot will do them, Staples will do them. I have another one that came from another place too, and that person was really great. I don't remember his name right there. He wasn't at either one of those depots, but it wasn't
Okay.
expensive. He did the banner and he did a tablecloth. I don't have that
Nice.
tablecloth on there,
The
but he did
stands
that.
can sometimes
looks
cost you a little bit of money. You got to, if you want to stand to reuse it,
Mm-hmm.
I know
Yeah.
Fast Signs did one for me, and I have to get it updated because I think it was marketing the Fin.
Oh yeah, I had a
Um,
Fin one. I
And
still have a
who
Fin
made the
one.
will? Who made the will?
So we made the will. We put the information on the will. The will is a real will. You just get
You
it
can
from
just order it, right?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, you can get it from Amazon. That's a pretty
Amazon.
bigger one. I have a little one, but I bought the little one by mistake, but it still can be used. And it just comes like that, and you write on it, and you can change the
Okay,
stuff
gotcha.
because you
Nice.
write on it with one of those markers what you want in there
I love
for that.
those stands you got made. Those are
I
very
feel like
clean.
too with Chat GTP, you can ask Chat GPT to like design a sign for you like that and
Yep.
tell it like if you have a link to a video or like to your video on our we have it on the app, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It'll put a QR code in there and then you could take that to Office Depot and have them print it out if you don't
Yeah.
you want to try to reduce the cost to you know, create it, not like Denise hired somebody, right? Professionally to do it.
To do that
Yeah.
one, yeah, but I have a couple of them where I didn't. Shonda did one, you know, that you just do
Or
a
Canva.
flyer. It's like
Yeah.
doing a flyer.
Yeah.
You're just printing it
Just blowing it
in
up.
that
Yeah.
Bigger.
in that size right there.
Yeah.
But you can also, I went to Chat GPT to find out some wheel games,
Mhm.
Nah,
games
that's
that you
what's
could
up.
play with the wheel, and that was really, really good.
Mhm.
So I used that. That's not this one, but I did that. You just want to do things when you think about that to attract people to your table.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Create some
if it's
interest.
yeah, and that we used to just put up I used to have just a whiteboard that stood up there and said, what would you what do you think about when you think about your money? And I
Mm,
had the Marcus
that's a
there.
disturbing question.
Oh my God. And the board sat there. So many people came over and they looked at that. Oh my God. And they would start howling out stuff, broke, this or that. Like, good, write it down. And they just
Mhm.
wanted to write it down
Mhm.
on that board. It's like to be able to write on this board
Yeah.
attracted people.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then that thought about what it said. And it was simple. What do you think about when you think about your money?
You left it up all the whole thing.
The whole time. And that would bring them to the table and
Mm.
they would write it down. And then I always ask them, they want to write it down. Can you take my survey?
That's really nice. I
Mm.
like that. I like that.
And you had that on a like on the banner, or you had that?
No, I had that on a whiteboard. So I
Okay.
have a whiteboard that stands up.
Mhm.
And well, the whiteboard itself, we actually put it on a stander and we just wrote that at the top. And all under it is where people could write.
Wow.
Okay.
And the markers were there where they could write their responses.
Wow.
And that saying what it said, when they went back and they saw it and they would stop and like, what? And then they come over like, oh, can I write this? Yes. And some people would just holler it out. And I'm like, great, write it down.
That's a good one.
That just makes me think about our conversations that could be started. And people love,
Yeah.
talking about themselves, telling about their whatever problems they're going through. So it's like this is a way for you to, ease your way in the door and figure out ways that you can help these people too. So that's
Be
amazing.
before
That is
you ra
amazing. That's so true, Jay.
before you raise the board, do you take pictures of it? Because you can use them.
I do. I think I might have one
Yeah.
or two.
What
We've
was
done
your
it so
question
many
again for the
times.
whiteboard?
What do you think about when you think about your money?
Thank you.
Mm.
And then it's getting out there, which is what Denise does. And then she shares a testimony, shares a contact. And then you follow up. What do you say when you follow up with people? I guess is it always kind of the same? You want to schedule
Well, they have actually filled out
some
a
sort of
survey.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, Gordon, this is Denise. How you doing?
Hey, Denise, I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. I don't know if you remember me, but we met at the vending opportunity or whatever it was.
Yeah,
The
I remember.
festival a couple of days ago.
Yeah, you look sharp in that orange outfit.
Well, thank you so much. You stopped past my table and you filled out my survey.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said you were interested, or if it's a job one, you said you were open to earning more income or learning more about your finances.
Yeah.
You still open to that?
Yeah, I'm open. Yeah, sure.
Excellent. Well, the reason that I'm calling is because I just wanted to set up a time that maybe we could get together via Zoom, or in person if that's better for you, where we could go over a few things or talk about it.
Yeah, I got questions, so that'd be great. Let's do Zoom.
Excellent. And if it's the survey, they've kind of like picked what it is,
You just share what they picked off,
what
what
they
you can help
think
them with.
about. So it gives you some things to talk about. Some people say I'm interested in learning more about. Almost everybody says that.
More
Yeah.
money.
The last one,
People
I'm
need it.
interested in learning about earning extra income.
So that's more, and then that's a recruiting hit. There you go. Boom.
Yeah.
Opens the door. Those are good surveys.
Yeah.
And that is, because you guys know I do a seminar on Eventbrite or via Eventbrite.
I've seen you on there. I'm like, okay, let's go.
And so this is just the flyer that I actually put out for
cool.
that.
You
And when
put that on like Facebook or something, or just
it's on Eventbrite.
oh, so people
And every
go
now
and
and then, if you want to promote it,
Mhm.
you want to put it on your social media. Other than that, it's promoted on Eventbrite. So when people go on Eventbrite, they see it and they sign up from there, from Eventbrite. But when you do that on Eventbrite, when you go on Eventbrite, you can just create an event and put your information out there. Where they come to the event is my Zoom. So that information is out there. But when you create the event, it asks you to give a description that people looks at. So mine is simple: empower your finances, navigating the road to independence. And it says, are you ready to control your financial future? The event is designed to help you gain the knowledge and skills to achieve financial independence. From budgeting to investing, our expert speakers will guide you through the steps to secure your financial well-being. This was just enough to get people interested. That's it. And when they do come on, I do this presentation twice a month. And when they do come on, I just do, guys, just our presentation almost, except for I go a little deeper into on the different topics, like the budget worksheet, wills and trusts, debt stacking, rule of 72. These are the concepts that I go over. But first, the presentation is very conversational and it's engaging. So I invite people to engage, to answer, to take themselves off of mute and answer. So I start with just first asking them why they're there. So I make them a part of it initially. Why are they there? And why did you come to this? What do you want to learn? And people start talking about the different things themselves and what they need and want. So they've already put themselves into it, hoping to learn that. Then I tell my story. Then I share some of the challenges of the videos that we have, the living paycheck to paycheck at 65, not being able to retire. And I do the financial independence talk. That talk is huge, no matter where you do it at. If you do it correct.
Sets the stage.
It sets the stage. And then I quickly go over the house. I don't spend a lot of time on the house. I'm just going over it to let them see their financial planning starts at the foundation and that we're going to touch on all of those things.
So you just go more so in detail on what you...
Yeah. And then I do the concepts. And that is the life insurance first. I do the funny banking and whole life versus term. That part right there, you would think you would lose people. No, they are fascinated with that.
With which part?
The first part, the foundation, the life insurance, the funny banking, and the whole life versus term. I have to reiterate now to everybody, because I do show Susie Orman real quick. So I have to reiterate to everybody, please do not run out and cancel your policy. I had a young lady that did that.
Oh.
Yes, even though Susie Orman says, don't do that.
Right, she did it anyway.
She did it. And her whole thing to me was like, I always drag my feet when it comes down to financing. And my husband said this, 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 this. And this time I just wanted to be, more proactive because I realized I had that. And she went out and counseled that. Within 24 hours, she wasn't even 24 hours because I met with her within 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
And she
Oh,
had
she
canceled the
didn't even
insurance beforehand. They had canceled her insurance. She was about to go into a hospital for an operation.
Oh, shoot.
They knew that, so they put her on what they put her on, some kind of, I forgot what they called. Anyway, that was a mess. But okay.
It's
Anyway,
crazy,
that was a
man.
mess.
Gordon has his hand up.
So I have to really reiterate that. But then I do go over the budgeting, the worksheet, the spending sheet. I literally go over the budget worksheet with those things that Christian has in his masterpiece
Mm.
for the tips of the budgeting worksheet, how to put your stuff on that budgeting worksheet, and really how to look at everything. Because most people, when they're doing their budget, they don't look at everything. So they don't think about the money they're spending on cigarettes, on liquor, or just giving the kids money afterwards, or taking them to McDonald's. Those thoughts never come in their mind. So I do that. I reiterate that. And then I go over the spending sheet. The spending sheet is just the sheet that tracks it daily. And to give them those ideas about tracking that spending daily. Then I touch on wills and trusts. Don't do a big thing, but I just touch on it, that everybody needs it and why. Most people ask what's the difference between it. But then I do the debt stacking. I have an example that I just show in debt stacking. And then, of course, the rule of 72 and mutual funds. When I go over the mutual funds, I go over what a mutual fund is. We do have that presentation in the
KT Masterpiece.
KT, and I use that presentation. I used to write that out, but I don't write it out. I'm on Zoom now. I use that presentation to write it out, and then I show the hypothetical. And that page to give every dollar a job. The hypothetical comes after that, give everybody a job. I end with the hypothetical, really, and a couple of other
So like a
pages.
hypothetical of an actual mutual fund?
Of the actual mutual fund. I use the one that we have, the most up-to-date one, that's in the masterpiece, because it's great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And everybody that looks at that, they're just like blown away. But then I offer them at the end a 20-minute consultation. So this is my last page. Thank you for attending. But I'm
Nice.
talking to them all along. You see, this is about me. You have not seen Primerica in this thing at all.
I was just about to say, why not? Why not, Denise?
Well, it's not because I'm ashamed of Primerica, because I'm not. But
Right.
what it does is it gives me an opportunity to talk with people that would not have talked with me or anybody else. And guys, that's real. People hurt themselves because of what they think. I have a client that I got from this presentation, full client, that said to me afterwards, I am so glad you did not tell me you were with Primerica, because I would not have listened.
Wow.
That's what she told me.
How
That I
long does it
would not.
take you?
Now, I did tell her I was with Primerica. Once I meet with them, I go over a few things as far as the expectation conversation. When they call me for the 20 minutes, or they set an appointment for the 20-minute consultation, it's like, okay, so what is it? I do the discovery. What do they have? What are they looking to do? What are you calling me for? Or what are you meeting with me for? Because they set up that appointment, so they want something.
Yeah.
So they go over that. Then I go over the expectation conversation. And then once I go over the expectation conversation, then I go over the will as to the companies who we are. In the middle of that will, on my will, it does not say Primerica. It says D. Murphy and Associates.
Okay.
And then I go through the will, showing them all of our companies. I do show them Primerica at that point, and I let them know that Primerica is our parent company. And they're the company that pulled all of this together. but they allow me to run my own business within theirs. And most people truly understand that, totally so.
Especially after they've already heard you. You didn't already help them,
They've already, well, I haven't
more
helped
than
them yet,
anyone.
but I've
Or
let
well,
them,
the
I've done
information
the
that they've already.
presentation
Yeah.
and they know that we can help them.
How long does it take you to do these Zoom, Eventbrite on Zoom?
I actually have set my Zoom up for 1 hour and a half. And guess what, guys?
They stay?
Nobody drops off.
Awesome.
That's what blew my mind. Initially, I thought everybody was going to drop off.
Right.
And
When
of
is
course,
your
I
next
don't
one?
always go 1 hour and a half. But what I wanted to do was to leave them open room enough for them to ask questions. So
When is-
I do give them the opportunity to ask questions afterwards. If
When is
it's a
your next one?
question I cannot answer in the public, I let them know that that's a great question. And that would depend on the person, basically what you're trying to do, your situation. So schedule yourself a 20-minute consultation with me. I'll be glad to go over it with you.
Gordon.
You had a question?
Yeah.
And those type of things.
When is your next one, Denise?
Thursday.
This Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Denise, you had up there 5 to stay alive. Can you go back to that?
Yes, my 5 to stay alive.
Wait, Gordon has a question real quick.
Get your man off, Gordon. You had your hand up for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Go
let's
ahead,
get
Gordon.
Gordon's
What's
question.
up? I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Yeah, great job, Denise. And how
Thank
many of
you.
these would you say you've done, both in-person events and webinars total?
Oh, a whole bunch of them. Webinars, these webinars I've been doing for a year now.
Okay.
I've
And you've gotten
hired a couple of people, so I've gotten a couple of people started from them.
Okay.
Initially, what I had thought about was to do just one on for the business opportunity.
Yeah.
But then I realized that, wait a minute, that would just be an overlap because the business opportunity would still go through a lot of this that I'm going through, just not in that detail. So what I decided to do was just not do that, find some way to put it at the end and then to let people know, or just when they come to me, because I've gotten a few people that have had a shortfall.
Yeah.
For sure. And so now they've decided they want to do the business, to just make sure that I talk with them about it.
The first
within
time you
that.
did one, first time you did an event, the first time, did it look just like this, or has it evolved? It's gotten better over time.
It's evolved. It's basically very similar. I haven't changed mine a lot. I keep
Yeah.
saying I might fix a slide here or there,
Okay.
but I haven't really changed it a lot. But what has come out of this event is seminars. People wanting me to do seminars in person.
Hey, Denise, can you take it? Can you come to my business? Can you come to my church? I got a
Yes,
small
and I
church.
just actually I have a couple of folks because my flyer is kind of all over. I've picked different cities, different states.
Okay.
So I've had a couple of people from different states to call me, and I haven't been able to do them. Of course, I didn't want to do them. They were in another state, but I've sent them to some folks.
And a lot of this, you've just it's trial and error. You've learned.
It's
And
trial and
I
error.
just did a Google search because some of you asked, where do you get the pinwheel? I did spinning raffle wheel. You could spend $650 or you could spend $69. There's even one on here for 35. So
Right.
don't spend the $600 and think
Don't
you
spend the
go buy
$600. It's not
don't go buy the
necessary.
tall posts yet. Don't go spend $1,000, $2,000. First thing would be maybe find an event or get your butt out there somewhere and figure it out as you go.
That's right. Now our tables have evolved. Of course, I started off with definitely no tent. No tent. Just a simple table.
And now you got a tent.
And a tablecloth and a couple of things on it. Couple of
Moving on that,
brochures
baby. Let's
on it.
go.
That's it, and then, it evolved. We went down to that. I didn't pay a lot for my banner.
Okay.
I don't know about anybody else, but I really did not pay a lot for this at all.
Okay.
Very reasonable. And I have a couple of banners. Some of them I can't even use now because I changed my logo.
Yeah.
and different stuff like that. But yeah, so the thing, guys, is just to really get out there, to start somewhere. Like with this event, I just got a call well, I've done a couple of rollovers, in the process of doing a couple now.
Nice.
Done some insurances, but I did get a call from a gentleman just a few days ago, a pastor of a church right here in Maryland, big church down in the city on Libby. I know exactly where it is. I've gone there to watch plays, and I told him that. But he wants me to come to his church. Well, actually, he says we can do it over Zoom. He wants me to do a financial workshop for his congregation. But then on top of that, he's not leaving it to that. He wants to send it to the community. His community is a community that's filled with a lot of politicians here in Maryland, and very, what I want to say, progressive or successful folks that think they are. And he says, I just believe that my communities they're living above their means. And he says, well, I probably shouldn't say that they're living above their means.
They are.
But and I said, no, you're absolutely correct. They're living above their means.
What
They
church
look
is
great. They look great, but they are living above their means.
You want to
So
stop
he
here?
wants to take it out to the community also. So
Can you like set the Eventbrite to a region, or is it like anybody comes? You set it up so it's just Maryland people?
you can do just Maryland. Yeah. I mean, you can put it in, if you just put it in Maryland. I kind of have mines going in. I picked the states and the cities.
Yeah.
So it's going through different places. So it's basically the way I said it. Shonda does one that she just put it once. It's virtual. So it goes to Maryland, and mostly the people in Maryland get it because that's who sees it. That's where she has it set up at.
Thanks, Denise. You want to stop share? We'll wrap it up. I got five after.
Hey, I got a question too.
Asante had a question.
First off, I want to say congratulations to whoever your stylist is, Miss Denise.
Thank you.
I love the blue one and the orange one as well. Impeccable. You need to teach a class on that. And second, I want to say, did you have to go through any hoops or anything, or follow any guidelines or copyrights when you created your logo? Because I know it's finances. Is there anything that you had to look out for?
Not that I know of, because if it was, I didn't look out for it. So I just created a logo. You know, my logo is mine. It doesn't mention our company.
Right.
So it just mentions me, D. Murphy and D. Murphy and Associates. And under it, I do have a tag. The tag just said securing your finances.
As a vice president, one thing I will say is this, and for compliance purposes, Denise is doing that. She didn't go ask the home office for permission to do that. I've run events and I didn't. We got to be careful a little bit in the regard of if you're going to do a lot of public events, you're supposed to be getting approval on POL.
Yep.
So some of these, she's taken the liberty of do these things kind of on her own and that's why she didn't market Primerica. So you might want to just talk to your vice president about the creative marketing of that and just be careful because you just got to be careful. Denise is careful with it. And, you know, she's not gotten in any kind of trouble. As soon as she meets with somebody, she explains, hey, look, I represent Primerica. This is what we do. And this is why we market that way. She's marketing herself.
They've been on me before, especially on LinkedIn, social media. Like when I first got in, like they were on my pages, and for a period of time, I had all my pages unprivate on social media. So I just made them all private for a period of time. And after that, they haven't been on me anymore.
I don't mean to rain on anybody's parade, but just I think Denise.
And everything I
teach too, man.
Everything I teach, sometimes I think they've gotten on my stuff. I do. I just feel like that. I was like, okay, somebody's on this brochure probably. Somebody's on this webinar. But I teach generic.
Right. That's what I was going to say. That's the really good thing about it.
So I teach generic. It is. Our concepts are concepts. They're excellent.
Yeah.
And they are not specific to Primerica.
Yeah. And you're not asking for a sale online.
I'm not asking for a sale. And I say that right in the beginning of all of my webinars, which is one of the reasons why people love to get on them.
I'm not here to sell you anything.
I tell them in the beginning, This is an educational webinar. I'm not here to sell you anything, so put away your purse. But I will offer you the opportunity to have a 20-minute complimentary consultation with me if you have some questions that we cannot answer here. Is that okay?
Yep.
And I've had people tell me, oh my God, that is what sold me. Finally, somebody that's really ready to help and to educate me and not charge. Because a lot of people do these webinars, but the purpose is to really make a sale at the end.
Yeah.
To charge them to get on a training. And we don't do that. So we can feel like, oh, I'm doing all of this stuff, but I ain't getting paid for it. But the goal is that you will
Eventually.
if you do it correct, because they will sit with you because they realize that that you're not really there. You are there to help them. It has amazed me the amount of people that have said that to me. I'm making this 20-minute phone call because I feel like I can trust you because you wasn't trying to sell me anything.
Right. He'll be a farmer.
Yes, basically that's what it is, being a farmer.
Planting the seeds.
Planting the seeds, but giving them some solid help and information. And I've been just as surprised and as amazed as all of you. When these people get on and they stay on, that's what has really gotten me, because I've gotten on a lot of webinars and I hang up in the middle of them. So when people have gotten on and they've stayed on, that has blown. I could start off with 30 and end up with 30.
That's great. You just keep it real. Your testimony. So
how many do you usually have on there?
Anywhere between 20 to 30. Sometimes I've had a little over 30, which it started off with like 3, 4.
Yeah.
So some people get back on more than once. And they've told me. I even have gotten a couple of people that have set up for a 20-minute that have never gotten on.
Yeah.
And a couple of people have told me, and I was like, okay, because I always ask them, excellent. So you were on my webinar. And I've had a couple people tell me, no, I actually registered 2 or 3 times and I wasn't able to get on. So I thought I'd just schedule a time to talk with you.
Good deal.
ITLC, Sean Perry was saying that you should learn how to explain what a mutual fund is.
Yes, that's important.
Not talk about specific funds, but even if you don't have a license, you can talk about how it works, all those things.
Yes, I learned how to explain a mutual fund from Omar years ago and to draw it out before I was ever licensed in securities, because that should be a part of our regular presentation, basically. Because you don't have to be licensed to explain a mutual fund.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to see it and learn how to explain it. And that in itself just gets people, and I always ask them, does anybody have a mutual fund? And most people will say no, or they think they don't have one. Do you have a 401k?
Yep.
Do you have a 457?
Yep.
And they'll be like, yeah, then you have mutual funds.
Then you have mutual funds.
And that in itself has blown their mind. They're like, you're kidding me. I do. And they don't know where their money is going. So now they're already thinking before they even get to you, before they even set up a time to meet with you. Wait a minute. My money, and I can speak to that, guys, because my 401k was invested in 3% when I started here. And basically because I didn't know. And most people don't know. Even though they think they got a 401k, they think they're going to be all right. They have no idea as to where their money's being invested in that 401k. They don't even know that they can choose, which they can, but they don't know that. So you're in your presentation is just planting some seeds, making them think.
Great job, Denise.
Great job.
All right, folks.
Thanks,
Well, hey,
guys.
tonight, 7:30.